Hi guys. So I don't know how to start. This is the awkward part. The free from the grind thing is basically being free from the back to work Monday through Friday grind. You say, oh, it's Sunday, I got to get back to the grind tomorrow, Monday. So this is all about doing things that you enjoy. Like mine was a hobby, Hot Wheels, and not having to go back to work a 9 to 5 or whatever your schedule is, working for someone else. 5 years ago, corporate job, I thought it was going to be my dream job. You know, it was all the glamour that you think is going to come with that stuff, but it was pretty miserable because I had to travel and be away from my family all the time. I didn't get along super well with management. I don't like to say anything bad about anybody, but there was a lot of, this is the way everything needs to be done in the box. You know, anything outside of the box was, can't do it that way, that's wrong, it has to be this way, this is the way I said to do it. So anyway, I didn't really like that. So I like to be outside of the box. So now I'm able to do my own thing with my hobby, and I can do it any way I want. Outside of the box is the way it works. Used to, as a side hustle, also buy and sell brass and woodwind instruments, which I still do occasionally, but mainly just the Hot Wheels now. When I was at my last job in Idaho, I went to go look at a trumpet at a yard sale, and there was a gentleman there that was just looking to sell all of his stuff. He's like, I know this stuff's really valuable, but I don't care. I just want to sell it all. And the trumpet was junk, basically, so I didn't buy the trumpet. However, he had a bunch of other really nice collectibles. Like, there was this Coke sign there that I knew was worth about $200 or $300, and he's like, I know this is worth a couple $100, but you get $20. You can take it. Like, you sure? He's like, yeah, just take it. He's like, I just want to get rid of stuff. You know, my wife and I were going on cruises every month. We're never home, and you know, I'm taking all my retirement, and we just got a new house, all this stuff. Anyhow, he has a box of these old Hot Wheels, and he says, oh, you know, those are $750. I'm like, what? You know, it's $750. This is like, I didn't know what they were really or anything really about them, so I was looking at them. And I was thinking that they were probably from the 1990s. I was like, these are probably like a remake from the 90s or something. I was staring at them, I couldn't figure it out. He's like, oh, I've had those since I used to work for Shell before I retired. And so I had a whole bunch of them. We used to hand them out at the gas station, and they would give them to me because he was driving truck for Shell. And so considering what he was doing with the Coke signs, knowing how valuable they were, and he was selling that for so cheap, I thought, well, there must be some pretty good value here. Anyhow, I actually turned around and I left, and I didn't buy them. But then if something was eaten out, I was like, I gotta go back because they gotta be really valuable if he's selling them for $750, right? So I turn around and I go back, I end up buying them, and I get them home and start doing some research, and I was just blown away. Long story short, I ended up selling that collection for $32,000 to a reseller, a dealer who sold out of Colorado on eBay. So that kind of started the whole thing. So interestingly, by the time I was going to sell them to him, and I was meeting him, he came out here to meet me, or came out to Idaho at the time to meet me in person. I had grown attached to the cars already. I didn't want to sell them anymore. And that's when I knew that I wanted to also start collecting these cars, and then hopefully, you know, find another needle in a haystack, or this. I mean, it was just a crazy treasure that I was able to find there. And that's where it all started. So then I just started researching the cars more, learning more about them. Hours and hours and hours of research. Which one's a restoration? Which one's the most valuable? What years, colors, all these things. And then now here we are today. I don't have to work anymore. And all I do is buy and sell Hot Wheels, and it's my hobby. And again, get to collect as well as make money and meet all these awesome people.